In last videos, we have studied about the Arrhenius theory of acids and bases and Bronsted-Lowry theory of acids and bases. In Arrhenius theory, acid must contain hydrogen atoms, base must contain hydroxide group. The definitions are in terms of aqueous solution, not in terms of the substances. That means you cannot call HCl gas as an acid. Aqueous solution of HCl is an acid. If the substance is not hydrogen compound, it is not called as an acid. If it is not hydroxide compound, you cannot call it as a base. So the next theory we have studied, that is Bronsted-Lowry theory of acids and bases. According to Bronsted-Lowry theory, again, acid is proton donor and base is proton acceptor. This theory is broader than Arrhenius theory. Most of the compounds which are not considered as bases according to Arrhenius theory can be considered as base according to this theory. But for a substance to be an acid, it must donate proton. Now tell me, which substance can donate proton? The substance which have the proton. So it must be hydrogen compound again. So the substance which is not hydrogen compound cannot be called as an acid according to this theory also. And therefore today the next theory we have to study, that is Lewis theory of acids and bases. Now in this theory we have to study first what is acid and base according to Lewis theory. But before that you must know which are the different types of bonds and what is coordinate bond, how coordinate bond is formed, because this theory is based upon coordinate bond formation. So today we shall learn first what is coordinate bond, then what are Lewis acids, what are Lewis bases, which are the different examples of Lewis acids and bases, and then all of these theories are compared together and we shall consider togetherly which substances are called as acids and which substances are called as bases. In 11th standard, in the topic chemical bonding, we have studied there are two main types of chemical bonds. First one is ionic bond. How ionic bond is formed? Due to the complete transfer of electrons. Remember, now here one atom donates electron, another atoms accept that electron, and there is electrostatic force of attraction between two oppositely charged ions, and that bond form is called as ionic bond. The example is formation of NaCl. Now the second type of bond, that is called as covalent bond. How covalent bond is formed? Due to the sharing of pair of electron. Now the example, simple example we shall take, formation of HCl molecule. How HCl molecule is formed? Hydrogen has one electron in its outermost shell and chlorine has 7 electrons in its outermost shell. Now according to octet rule, every atom tries to acquire 8 electrons in its outermost shell. But hydrogen cannot obtain 8 electrons. It will have only 2 electrons in its outermost shell. So hydrogen tries to acquire 2 electrons in its outermost shell. Chlorine tries to acquire 8 electrons in its outermost shell. And so there is sharing of electrons between these two atoms like this. And you can obtain the bond which is called as covalent bond. Now covalent bond is formed due to the sharing of pair of electrons, and the shared pair of electron now belongs to both these atoms. The contribution towards shared pair of electrons of both these atoms is same. That is, one electron is of hydrogen and one electron is of chlorine. So this is called as covalent bond, which is represented by using this dash. Now there is third type of bond which is also covalent bond but special type of covalent bond that is called as coordinate bond. How coordinate bond is formed we shall consider first. Now for that we shall take one example. Suppose we have BF3 molecule. Now how BF3 molecule is formed we shall study first. In BF3 molecule we have one boron atom, 3 fluorine atoms. Now boron atom has the atomic number 5, that is it has the electronic configuration 2, 3. Now you know that the electrons which are present in the outermost shell only can take part in the bond formation, so 3 electrons can take part in the formation of bond. And again there are 3 fluorine atoms. Atomic number of fluorine is 9. So it has the electronic configuration 2, 7. Like this 7 atoms of fluorine can take part in the formation of bond. Now remember that fluorine atom requires 1 electron to complete its octet, and in BF3 there are 3 electrons in the outermost shell of boron. Now boron will also try to acquire 8 electrons in its outermost shell. Now how BF3 molecule is formed? Here we shall see in boron there are 3 electrons. I will represent these 3 electrons by using these 3 dots. These 3 electrons can take part in the formation of covalent bond. Now fluorine contains 7 electrons. This is the first fluorine atom which has 7 electrons in the outermost shell. This is the second fluorine atom which contains 7 electrons in the outermost shell, and this is the third fluorine atom which contains 7 electrons in the outermost shell. Now see here, this is the formation of BF3 molecule. In outermost shell of each fluorine atom there are 8 electrons. Now see here, 8 electrons are there in the outermost shell of fluorine, 8 electrons are there in this outermost shell of fluorine atom, 8 electrons are there. But if you consider boron atom, which is the central atom, it contains only 6 electrons. We have studied it. It is the limitation of octet rule, that is it is called as inadequate octet compound, and therefore here boron contains less than 8 electrons in its outermost shell. Okay. Next we shall consider the molecule formation of NH3 molecule. In NH3 molecule, one nitrogen is covalently bonded with 3 hydrogen atoms. Nitrogen has atomic number 7. So the electronic configuration of nitrogen is 2, 5. Hydrogen has atomic number 1. So in first shell there is only 1 electron. Now each nitrogen atom requires 3 electrons in its outermost shell again to complete its octet, and to complete duplet of hydrogen every hydrogen atom requires 1 electron each. Now we shall see here the formation of NH3 molecule. Nitrogen is central atom. It contains 5 electrons in the outermost shell, because these 5 electrons only can take part in the formation of the bond, and so we'll have here NH. One, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now here hydrogen atom, first hydrogen atom forms the covalent bond, second hydrogen atom forms the covalent bond, and third hydrogen atom forms the covalent bond. That is here the duplet of all these 3 hydrogen atoms are completed. Nitrogen has 8 electrons in its outermost shell. This bond can be shown like this also, NH3 . See here, these are the 3 covalent bonds, and here the electron pair is shared between hydrogen and nitrogen. Now above this nitrogen there are 8 electrons, but these 8 electrons contains 4 pair of electrons. These 3 pairs of electrons are different than this 1 pair of electrons. These 3 pairs of electrons are called as bonded pairs, and this 1 pair is called as lone pair. Now tell me, what is the difference between these 2 pairs? These bonded pairs, there are 3 bonded pairs, and these 3 pairs belongs to both nitrogen and hydrogen. That is, this pair belongs to nitrogen as well as hydrogen. This pair belongs to nitrogen as well as hydrogen. This pair belongs to nitrogen as well as hydrogen. But this electron pair belongs to only nitrogen. These 3 pairs are taking part in the bond formation, and so these are called as bonded pairs. And this electron pair is not taken part in the formation of bond. It is available for bonding, and so it is called as lone pair. Here we have considered the example of BF3 and the example of NH3. What is the difference between these two? Now in BF3 molecule, the central atom boron contains less than 8 electrons in its outermost shell. There are 6 electrons in the outermost shell. So to complete the octet of boron, it requires 2 electrons, and so you can say that it is electron deficient, or it requires the electrons to complete its octet. And now see this another molecule NH3, which contains the electron pair which is remaining, which is available for bonding, and so it is rich for the electrons, and so it is called as electron rich species. Electron rich species. Now this is electron deficient molecule, this is electron rich molecule. It has this electron pair which can take part in the chemical bond formation, and it requires the electron pair. Now what will happen? There is also sharing of pair of electrons, but remember here this is electron deficient. It does not have any electron for bonding, and it is electron rich. So what happens here? Again there is sharing of pair of electrons takes place, and now the bond formed is called as coordinate bond. How this bond is formed now? We shall see here. Here boron has 3 covalent bonds, and 1 bond it can form also, and nitrogen also has 3 covalent bonds, and electron pair is remaining here. This electron pair, this nitrogen will share with this boron, and here the bond is formed. That bond is called as coordinate bond. So what is the difference between covalent bond and coordinate bond? See here, we have shown all these covalent bond by the dash. This dash represents electron pair, and each electron is of boron fluorine. This electron pair is of boron fluorine. This electron pair is of boron and fluorine. But here the bond formed is coordinate bond. There is also sharing of pair of electron. Now also this electron pair, which is of nitrogen only before the bonding, is now of boron and nitrogen both. But the difference between covalent bond and coordinate bond is the contribution towards the covalent bonding of both these species is not same. This electron pair is only of nitrogen, not of boron, but after the bond formation it is shared between nitrogen and boron. Now it becomes of both nitrogen and boron, and so this bond is represented by using the arrow. That is, the electron pair is shared and it is from nitrogen to boron. This is coordinate bond formation, and in this coordinate bond formation, here the substance boron, it accepts the pair of electrons, and according to Lewis theory, it is called as an acid. Acid is a substance which accepts the pair of electrons in the formation of coordinate bond. And here NH3, it has donated the pair of electrons in the formation of coordinate bond, and it is called as a base. So in Lewis theory, base is a substance which can donate electron pairs in the formation of coordinate bond. Consider here again we shall study here boron is electron deficient. Here nitrogen is electron rich, that is you can call this BF3 molecule is electron deficient molecule, and NH3 molecule is electron rich molecule, and so coordinate bond is formed between electron deficient and electron rich molecule. And according to Lewis theory, the substance which accepts the pair of electrons in the formation of coordinate bond is called as an acid, and the substance which donates the pair of electrons in the formation of coordinate bond is called as a base. That means you can say that the substance which is electron deficient, you can say which is poor as considered of the electrons, that is electron deficient, is called as an acid, and the substance which is rich for the electrons, electron rich substance, is called as a base. Suppose we have another example. You know NH4 plus radical, how NH4 plus radical is formed. Here NH4 radical plus radical is formed due to the bonding or coordinate bonding between H plus and NH3 molecule. Now again what happens? H plus means here the electrons are absent. Hydrogen has atomic number 1. One electron is lost by that hydrogen and it is converted into H plus ion. That is, electrons are absent here. Each hydrogen atom requires 2 electrons. So this hydrogen ion, H plus ion, will try to acquire 2 electrons. And you know in above example that NH3 has lone pair of electron which is available for bonding. It is not taken part in the bond formation, and here H plus ion is deficient, it is poor, this is rich. So what will happen here? There is the sharing of pair of electrons takes place, and so the formation of coordinate bond takes place like this. This electron pair is shared between nitrogen and hydrogen. Nitrogen donates the electron pair towards hydrogen, and here these 3 covalent bonds are formed, and this NH4 plus radical is shown like this. That is, the electron pair is shared between nitrogen and H plus ion, and this plus ion is represented like this. And so we shall see here H plus ion, according to Lewis theory, is an acid because it accepts the pair of electrons, and NH3 molecule is base because it donates the pair of electrons. And so electron deficient molecule is acid and electron rich molecule is base. We shall see another examples of acids and bases in the next slide. Now we shall see the examples of Lewis acids and bases. Lewis acids are also called as electrophiles. Electrophiles, what is the meaning of it? Philia, you know, it is having attraction. We have studied lyophilic, having attraction for solvent. Like this, electrophiles means having attraction for electrons. Then which substance can have attraction for electrons? Electrons are negatively charged. So the substance which is positively charged or which is electron deficient can have attraction for the electrons, and therefore electrophiles are Lewis acids, or Lewis acids are called as electrophiles. And therefore Lewis acids are of 2 types. First one is simple cations. You know what are cations? Cations means positively charged ions. Positively charged ions can have the attraction for electrons, and so these cations can work as Lewis acids. So all the cations are called as Lewis acids. For example, Cu++ ion, H plus ion, Ag plus ion, Mg++, NH4+. Like this, the cations, that is positively charged ions, can be called as Lewis acids. And second example we have studied, that is electron deficient molecules, that is the molecules which contains the central atom having less than 8 electrons in its outermost shell. These are called as electron deficient molecules. They can attack the shared pair of electrons in the formation of coordinate bond. And so BF3 is Lewis acid. AlCl3 also contains 6 electrons in its outermost shell. Al contains 6 electrons in its outermost shell, so it is also Lewis acid. Again BCl3. Like this, all the electron deficient molecules can be Lewis acids. Lewis base, or it is also called as nucleophile. What are nucleophiles? Again, philia means attraction, and these are the substances having attraction for nucleus. Now you know nucleus is positively charged. So which substance have attraction for positive charge? Which is negatively charged, or which is electron rich, that is having more electrons, it will have the attraction for the nucleus. And therefore Lewis bases are of two types. The first one is anions, all the anions, and so simple anions are Lewis bases. For example, Cl minus ion, Br minus ion, F minus ion, OH minus ions, like this all the negatively charged ions can be called as Lewis base. And the electron rich molecules, that is the molecules which contain the central atom having more than 8 electrons in its outermost shell, these are called as electron rich molecules. We have seen the example of NH3, the example of H2O, CO, all these are electron rich molecules. And so according to Lewis theory, these are bases, and you can write again the examples of Lewis acids and bases. Like this, we have completed all the theories of acids and bases. Now all these substances according to Arrhenius theory as well as Bronsted-Lowry theory or Lewis theory are considered as acids and bases. Now we shall compare these three theories. What is acid according to this theory and what is base according to all these theories. Now see here, we'll revise. What is acid according to Arrhenius theory, Bronsted-Lowry theory and Lewis theory. According to Arrhenius theory, acid is hydrogen compound which in aqueous solution gives H plus ion. Now to overcome these drawback, we have studied Bronsted-Lowry theory. The substance only which donates proton is called as acid according to this theory. Again, it must be hydrogen compound, but in Lewis theory, the substance which accepts the electron pair is called as an acid. So all the acids we have to consider according to these three theories. Now what is base? According to Arrhenius theory, base is hydroxide compound which in aqueous solution gives OH minus ions. It must be hydroxide compound. But according to Bronsted-Lowry theory, the substance which accept proton, it may be hydroxide compound or not, but if it accept proton, it is called as a base. And according to Lewis theory, electron pair donor is called as acid. Like this, we have completed these three theories of acids and bases. Now in the next slide we shall study about acids and bases in detail.